Hi! By the end of this video, you will be able to divide fractions in different situations. So let's begin our discussion in dividing fraction by another fraction. Generally, to divide fraction by another fraction, what we need to do is to multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction. It means we need our skills in multiplication of fraction to perform division of fraction. Okay, so to understand the process, let us take some examples. We have example number 1, 2/3 divided by 4/5. As what I have said, we are going to multiply the first fraction 2/3 by the reciprocal of the second fraction 5/4. Again, when we say reciprocal, that means the opposite. So the opposite of 4/5 is 5/4. And after that, we can now proceed to multiplication of fraction. So 2 times 5 gives us 10 over 3 times 4 gives us 12. And since 10 and 12 have common factors, we can still simplify the fraction 10/12 by dividing them by the greatest common factor, which is 2 in this situation. So 10 divided by 2, 12 divided by 2. And after that, we can now simplify 10 divided by 2 is 5 over 12 divided by 2 is 6. That is now our final answer. Okay, let's take example number 2. We have 7/4 divided by 3/2. And again, we are going to multiply the first fraction 7/4 by the reciprocal of the second fraction, which is 3/2, becomes 2/3. And that is equal to 7 times 2 is 14 over 4 times 3 is 12. And again, 14 and 12 have common factor, which is 2. So we can still simplify them. So divide 14 by 2, divide 12 by 2 also. So 14 divided by 2 is equal to 7 over 12 divided by 2 is 6. So our answer is 7/6. But that 7/6, although they are relatively prime numbers, but we can still simplify them by means of converting 7/6 or improper fraction into a mixed number. And how are we going to do that? Okay, there are many methods or maraming paraan para ma-convert ang improper fraction into mixed number. First is by performing the long division method. Second is by means of expanding that 7/7 into different fractions, or by means of taking some manipulation just like this. So, tanungin nyo sarili nyo, ilang 6 meron sa 7? Of course, your answer will be 1. And then 1 times 6 is 6. Ilan na lang kulang para maging 7? That is 1. Then, over 6. So, yung kulang ay ilalagay nyo sa numerator part ng, sa numerator ng fraction part, then the denominator of the fraction part will be the given denominator of the improper fraction we are trying to simplify. Okay, so the final answer is 1 and 1/6. You can verify the answer by means of performing long division method or by means of performing the expanded form. Okay, so let's take another example number 3. We have, oh by the way, we are now in dividing fraction by a whole number. How are we going to do that when a fraction will be divided by a whole number? So example number 3, we have 3/5 divided by 4. So the same process. We are going to multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Although 4 is not in fraction form, but it is understood that 4 has a denominator of 1 because all whole numbers have a denominator of 1. So this is equal to 3/5 times the reciprocal of 4 is 1/4. And we can now proceed to multiplication. 3 times 1 is 3 and 5 times 4 is 20. So the answer is 3/20. As easy as that. Okay, next, example number 4. We have 9 divided by 3/5. So again, multiply the first fraction or the first number 9 by the reciprocal of the second fraction 3/5. That is 5/3. And now we can proceed to multiplication. So 9 times 5 is 45 over 9 has a denominator of 1. So we can say 1 times 3 and that is 3. And obviously, 45 over 3 gives us 15. So this is our final answer. Next, example number 5. We have 5 divided by 3/4. And again, just copy 5 to be multiplied by the reciprocal of our second fraction, 3/4, which is 4 over 3. And again, apply the process of multiplying a whole number by a fraction. So 5 times 4 gives us 20 over the 5 has a denominator of 1. So 1 times 3 is 3. So 20 over 3 is our quotient of dividing 5 by 3/4. But that 20 over 3 is an improper fraction. And although it is optional to convert that 20 over or to convert improper fractions into a mixed number, but to so that your skills will be enhanced, we are going to convert 20 over 3 into a mixed number. So by means of asking yourself, ilang 3 meron sa 20? Of course, magbibilang ka. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Lalagpas na. It means there are only 6. So we can say there are 6 3s in 20. So if you're going to multiply 6 by 3, the result is 18. Ilan na lang ang kulang para maging 20? So yung kulang ay 2 na lang. So that is the numerator of the fraction part over the denominator is the denominator of the given fraction, or the denominator of the improper fraction we are trying to simplify. Okay, so the final answer is 6 and 2/3. That's it. Okay, you may verify your answer by means of performing the long division method, and also you can use the expanded form of simplifying fractions or simplifying improper fractions. Okay, let's take another example, or let's proceed to another situation. Dividing fraction by a mixed number. As we know, mixed number is a number that has a that has a whole number part and a fraction part. So example number 6, we have 3 over 4 divided by 2 and 1/3. So to divide 3/4 by a mixed number 2 and 1/3, first thing to do is we cannot multiply them directly. We cannot take directly the reciprocal. So first thing to do is to convert a mixed number into an improper fraction, just like what we did in multiplication of fraction. So copy first 3/4 divided by, okay, the improper form of 2 and 1/3 is this. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So it becomes 7 over the denominator of the fraction part of 2 and 1/3. So that is 3. So 3/4 divided by 7 over 3. And that time, we can now multiply them after taking the reciprocal of the second fraction. So that is 3/4 times the reciprocal of 7 over 3 is 3 over 7. And taking the product, we have 3 times 3 is 9 over 4 times 7 is 28. So the answer is 9 over 28. Is there any common factor between 9 and 28? I think none. So that is the final answer, 9 over 28. Next, example number 7. We have 3 and 3/5 divided by 2 over 7. So again, whenever you can see mixed numbers in division and multiplication of fractions, first thing to do is to convert that mixed number into improper fractions. So just like this, we have 3 or 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3, that is 18 over the denominator of the given mixed number. So that is 5 divided by 2 over 7. And after doing that, we can now proceed to multiplication and take the reciprocal of the second fraction. So that is equal to 18 over 5 times the reciprocal of 2 over 7 is 7 over 2. And let's find the product. We have 18 times 7 is 126 over 5 times 2 is 10. And again, 126 over 10 is an improper fraction. It is suggested na kailangan natin siyang isimplify in a form of a mixed number. Although in algebra, pag nasa algebra na tayo, we don't need to simplify improper fractions. Hahayaan na lang natin siyang manatiling improper fractions. It is impractical pag sinimplify pa natin siya or kinonvert into a mixed number. So here we have 126 over 10. Tanungin nyo ulit sarili nyo. Ilang 10 meron sa 126? The answer is 12. 12 times 10 is 120. Ilan na lang ang kulang para maging 126? Of course, that is 6 na lang. So that will be the numerator of our fraction part over the denominator of the given fraction is 10, so that must be over 10. But 6 over 10 is not yet in simplest form since they have common factor which is 2. So we are going to simplify first 6 over 10 by dividing each of them by 2. So we have 6 divided by 2, that is, wait first, copy first 12. Don't forget, baka makalimutan natin, magkamali tayo. So copy first the whole number part and then perform this operation. 6 divided by 2 is 3 over 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the final answer is 12 and 3/5. Okay, so that's it. Ganun lang naman siya kadali. Okay, let's take another situation. Suppose we are going to divide mixed number by a whole number. Okay, what are we going to do? Again, first thing you are going to consider is to convert first the mixed number into improper fraction before anything else. So example number 8, we have 2 and 1/4 divided by 3. And again, we are going to convert 2 and 1/4 into its equivalent improper fraction. So 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So it is 9 over the denominator of the given fraction, that is 4, divided by 3. And now we can take the reciprocal of the second fraction and proceed to multiplication. So we have to copy 9 over 4 times the reciprocal of 3 is 1/3. And then proceed now to multiplication. 9 times 1 is 9 over 4 times 3 is 12. And since 9 and 12 have common factors which is 3, so divide each of them by 3. So 9 divided by 3 and 12 divided by 3. The quotient of dividing 9 by 3 is 3 and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So the final answer is 3 over 4. Medyo matrabaho siya pero at least we know what are we doing. Okay, next, example number 9. We have 5 divided by 2 and 1/3. This time, a whole number is divided by a mixed number. So before anything else, we are going to convert first the mixed number into its equivalent improper fraction. So just copy 5 divided by, so here we have 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. And then copy the denominator of the mixed number which is 3. So we have the new expression 5 divided by 7 over 3. And now we can proceed to multiplication. So 5 times the reciprocal of 7 over 3 is 3 over 7. And this time we have 5 times 3 gives us 15 over 1 times 7. Where did we get 1? Of course, 5 is a whole number, so it is understood that the denominator of that is 1. So 1 times 7 is 7. So our answer is 15 over 7. But again, 15 over 7 is an improper fraction, and so it is advisable to convert that into its equivalent mixed number. Pero there are situations na hindi na kailangang i-convert into mixed number yung na-obtain nating improper fraction. But for the sake of this tutorial, since nasa basic math pa naman tayo, we are going to convert 15 over 7 into its equivalent mixed number. So, tanungin nyo ulit sarili nyo, ilang 7 ang meron sa 15? Your answer is 2 because 2 times 7 is 14. So, 14 yung 2 times 7. Ilan na lang yung kulang para maging 15? Of course, that is 1. So, that is 1 over 7 yung fraction part niya. So the final quotient is 2 and 1 over 7. That's it. What if we are going to multiply mixed number by another mixed number? So same concept. We are going to convert both of the mixed numbers into their equivalent improper fractions. So just like this, an example number 10, we have 2 and 1/2 divided by 1 and 1/3. So convert first 2 and 1/2 into its improper fraction. So this is equal to 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, that is 5, over the denominator of the given mixed number, which is 2, divided by, we have 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4, over the denominator of this, which is 3. And this time we can now multiply them by after taking the reciprocal. So here we have the first fraction is 5 over 2 times the reciprocal of the second fraction, 4 over 3, is 3 over 4. And then we can now proceed to multiplication. 5 times 3 is 15 over 2 times 4 is 8. And again, we have another improper fraction. So tanungin nyo lang sarili nyo, ilang 8 meron sa 15? The answer is 1. 1 times 8 is 8. So ilan na lang kulang para maging 15 yung 8? Of course, that is 7 over, copy the denominator of the improper fraction we are trying to simplify. So that is over 8. So 1 and 7 over 8. As easy as that. Okay, let's take our last example. So we have example number 11. 5 and 2/4 divided by 2 and 3/4. Okay, so that is equal to, again, convert natin sila into their equivalent improper fraction. So we have 4 times 5 is 20 plus 2, that is 22, over the denominator of this fraction, which is 4. Divided by, ito naman yung i-convert natin into improper fraction. We have 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11. So this is 11 over the denominator, which is 4. And we can now multiply them after taking the reciprocal of the second fraction. So just copy the first fraction, 22 over 4, times the reciprocal of 11 over 4 is 4 over 11. And then proceed now to multiplication. 22 times 4 gives us 88 over 4 times 11 is 44. And when you are going to divide 88 by 44, the quotient is 2. So the final answer is 2. Ganun lang kadali yon. Okay? So I hope you learned something from this lesson, and good luck sa nalalapit na mga examination. This is part of your examination. Okay, so to try your understanding at para ma-practice at ma-enhance yung skills na natutunan nyo sa video na to, try to answer these exercises. So try your understanding, perform the indicated operations, write your answers in simplest form. We have given number 1, 3/4 divided by 2/5. Number 2, 5 over 6 divided by 3. Number 3, 3/4 divided by 1 and 1/2. Number 4, 3 and 2/5 divided by 4. And number 5, 4 and 3, 8 divided by 2 and 2/5. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for listening, and have a nice day.